Yo, welcome back to another what the heck am I calling this series? Beast Reviews, I guess? I don't know. But welcome back to another video, people. It's your boy Noah. Um so last Thursday, I think it was Thursday, I saw Captain America, what is it called? Brave New World? Yeah, kinda like the original title better, New World Order, but it is what it is. Um it is just my thoughts on the movie. First off, I'm probably one of the few people that wanted Sam to be Captain America. Like, I know a lot of people wanted Bucky to be Captain America, and both characters have been Captain America in the comics, which is pretty cool. Um, but the second act of this movie, like the whole fight scene, like the whole air battle for what do they call it? Oh, darn it, what did they call it? Man, you can tell that I don't write script for these videos. I'm terrible at this YouTube stuff. Celestial Island, I think that's what they called it. That whole that whole sequence, Bucky could never. It was so creative. The way they had Sam use Red Wing to like protect him, like when he's flying through the air, but with using the shield, that was amazing. Um, but let's get into the actual story. Now there were rumors that there were a bunch of reshoots and a lot of changes to the script, which aren't rumors anymore. They have been proven true that yeah, that stuff did happen. Um, you know, one thing I heard about Endgame is that the script kept changing almost every day. I don't think that's a good. I don't think that's a good way to write a movie. Like I understand, wanting to add scenes or maybe delete scenes, but why is the script constantly changing? I feel like if you have a story you want to tell, you should know the beginning, middle, and end of it. And of course, if you want to change something along the way, that's cool. Fine, I understand that. But I feel like Marvel needs to find like a new way of writing their movies because I feel like it's hindering them. With this movie, this is not a Captain America movie. Like, it is, but it's not. It's a Hulk movie. No, it's a Captain America movie. No, it's a Hulk movie underneath the Captain America title, with the main character being Captain America. Because we have the debut of the Red Hulk, and we have the return of the leader. Which, of course, I don't think they don't call him the leader at all in this movie, which is interesting. I thought we'd get like a little stupid little wink at, him being called the leader in the comics, but we didn't really get that. Um, and it's also trying to pick up the slack for the Eternals, which honestly, I do like that. I like the fact that they're finally addressing the events of the Eternals. And a lot of people have said that this is a sequel to the Incredible Hulk. Those people weren't lying. And honestly, I still think that that's cool. But this should have been a team-up movie. This should have been a Captain America and Hulk movie. I understand that, Universal holds the rights to Hulk, so Disney cannot put out a Hulk movie, right? But we have Thor Ragnarok, which was a Thor and Hulk movie. Of course, Thor was the main character, but Hulk was featured in the movie a good amount, right? That's what this movie should have been. And it's crazy that I haven't heard anybody else say this. People were like, well, this should have just been a Hulk movie, or, they should have chose, Captain America villains for a Captain America story. Which I can kind of agree with those, but why couldn't this just be a team-up movie? Like, seriously. It would have been so much more entertaining to see Sam's Captain America fight Red Hulk alongside Bruce Banner. One, it would have given us two core Avenger characters. Well, Sam was never really a core Avenger, but I mean, he kind of is now, I guess. But it would have given us like an interaction between Sam and Bruce. I don't think we've ever seen that on screen, and I think that would have been a cool and interesting dynamic they could have built. They teased the Serpent Society in this movie. Now, I personally don't know too much about them, but th- but from what I heard is that they were like almost completely cut from the movie. Like only one of them made it in, or two of them, the leader, um, Sidewinder, and then Copperhead. But I don't even think they call Copperhead by his actual name. But anyway, the action in this movie was really good. The writing is a kinda off. Um, I like the fact that Thaddeus Ross had the story was really around him and his character. He had more of a story arc than Sam, and I think the problem with that is that we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I think is a great Disney Plus show. I think that show is really slept on. Um, I understand the "you got to do better" speech was not the best look, but I see what Disney was going for there. Um, you know, talking to people, being able to connect with people, that's one of Sam's like, one of his, I don't want to say superpower, but it's like, it's one of his, it's in his bag, it's in his repertoire, right? And so that's why the ending of this movie where, we have Captain America versus Red Hulk, it's somewhat believable. Like I said, the action, at least in the air, is really good. I like the new Falcon. I forgot his actual name. What's the character's name? I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm terrible at this YouTube stuff. I like his dynamic with Sam. Like, we got to see a tease of that in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but we finally get to see more of it here, and it's a cool dynamic. We get to see Isaiah Bradley come back. His story was very, very heartbreaking. Yeah, like when he was being arrested, he's like, I can't go back. It broke my heart. Like it was so emotional. Um, if I were to rate this movie, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, I'm ending this part because I just realized I went the whole video without explaining the plot of the movie. So the plot of the movie is that, Sam Wilson is now Captain America. He's been Captain America for a while now. And he goes on this mission to obtain an item that was stolen from the Japanese military. It turns out that the item that was stolen is adamantium. Adamantium is the metal that Wolverine's skeleton is infused with and made out of. So it becomes like this whole thing where they've explained that adamantium was found on Tiamat, the celestial that's growing out of the Indian Ocean from the Eternals movie. So Ross wants to make a treaty with Japan and other countries in order to allow everyone in the world to benefit from the resources found on Celestial Island. But what ends up happening is that somebody is trying to destroy the legacy of Thaddeus Ross. Eventually, we find out who that is, which is the leader. And we learn why the leader wants to do that. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but and so Sam, of course, has to be the one to stop him. And then Sam, of course, gets help from the new Falcon, and he gets help from Ross's head of security. I'll be honest, I don't remember her name. I don't remember a lot of the characters' names, unfortunately. But it's teased that Ross wants to work with Sam to recreate the Avengers. Of course, it's something we see in the trailers. But one problem that I do have with the movie is that it's brought up and then it's completely forgotten about. Like it was just a second thought. It's like, well, Sam is now the new Captain America and there is no Avengers team. So let's hint at the fact that he'll be creating one, which is teased again at the end of the movie. But that's pretty much the plot of the movie. The adamantium doesn't play too much of a role in the movie. It's just being a plot device in the beginning. One thing that I will say though, I think Tiamat was kind of wasted, or Celestial Island as they call it in the movie, because during the aerial battle in the second act, it's really cool, but they don't utilize the Celestial himself in the fight. Like we see Sam like cling to it like one time, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinions. But there's the plot of the movie. Sorry that I didn't explain it earlier. I feel like there's characters in here that get a decent amount of screen time, but they don't really do much. Like for example, the Ross's head of security. I forgot her name. She seems like she could be more important to the story, but she's not. It's really weird. It's like she's given this screen time that seems important, but it's not. But she doesn't really do much, honestly. Like she helps take down some bad guys, but that's about it. I'm trying to think who else was in here that I was like, eh. I can't really think of anybody at the moment, but this, yeah, in my opinion, this movie should have been a Captain America and Hulk team up movie. That's how Marvel could utilize the Hulk, if you ask me. Because think about it, if they can't make a Hulk movie, then why not just throw him in with other members of the Avengers movies? Like, we had a Hulk and Thor movie, and it was amazing. It's in my opinion a top 10 MCU movie. It's one of the funniest movies in the MCU. So I don't see why we couldn't get a Captain America and Hulk movie. Like, this is really a topic for another video, but I feel like with Marvel, with just superhero movies in general, I think we've become so desensitized to the Marvel of superheroes in live action now that like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, because I enjoyed this movie. I think this movie is getting a lot of more hate than it should, but you know, people criticize anything, every little thing they see. So, but to finish my point, because I kind of stopped what I was saying there, I think Marvel, especially with people being disappointed in Marvel's past couple of movies, me included, not gonna lie, started doing more team up movies. Give us a Captain America and Hulk movie. Give us a Spider-Man and shoot, I don't know, Hawkeye movie, if people want to see that. You know, like I feel like DC should do the same thing. It's like, why aren't there more team up movies? Like James Gunn is now like the head of DC. I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn has thought of like, okay, let's do a World's Finest movie. I'm pretty sure that's something he's thought about. Let's do a Batman and Superman movie where these two are working together and not trying to kill each other. Like, that's a movie I'd watch. And I think Marvel could benefit from that right now. Especially if you want to introduce new characters. Like, all right, let's do Ironheart and I don't know, who the heck is left? Shang-Chi? If people want to see that? Nah, I don't even think I want to see that, honestly. Let me stop. Anyway, this video is kind of all over the place, but you know, it's just me ranting. That's usually what all these videos are. One of these days I'm gonna get it together and give you a proper video. But until that day happens, keep watching the videos, keep liking them, keep subscribing, share it with people if you think they might enjoy these videos as well. And I'm out of here because I gotta get to the gym. Peace.